Talks between Iran and the US have ended in Geneva. Iran says both sides have reached an understanding on the main principles of a possible nuclear deal, which remains the keyword here right now as we get you this broadcast. Iran's foreign minister, meanwhile, Abbas Araghchi, says the talks were serious and focused. He also added that the next step is working out details on sanctions relief and nuclear limits as well. But there's no final deal yet, as I was just informing. The keyword remains possible. US Vice President J.D. Vance has said that the talks partly went well, but President Donald Trump has clear red lines. He says all options are still on the table to stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. On the other side, Tehran again maintains that it is not seeking nuclear weapons and is also open to verification. Both sides for now have at least agreed to meet again. Meanwhile, let's listen in to what both the sides said.
برای یک سری اصول راهنما تونستیم یک موافقت کلی پیدا بکنیم که بعد از این به بعد بر اساس اون اصول حرکت خواهیم کرد و وارد متن یک توافق احتمالی خواهیم شد.
States has certain red lines. Our primary interest here is we don't want Iran to get a nuclear weapon. We don't want nuclear proliferation. If Iran gets a nuclear weapon, there are a lot of other regimes, some friendly, some not so friendly, who would get nuclear weapons after them. That would be a disaster for the American people.
Stay with the story now. Tensions between the US and Iran are escalating once again, a snippet of which you just saw. Now, Tehran is now threatening to sink US warships in the region as Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has slammed the latest deployment of American troops and the expansion of the USS CENTCOM already stationed in the area, with, of course, news coming in of another US destroyer on the way to bolster its fleet. Now, the sharp rhetoric, meanwhile, from Tehran comes at a critical moment, just as nuclear negotiations have resumed. In fact, the second round just winded up in Switzerland's Geneva yesterday. Take a look at this report.
Fears of a wider Middle East conflict are surging as Iran's supreme leader has threatened to sink US warships in the region, even as nuclear talks with Washington continue behind closed doors. In a fiery speech broadcast nationwide, Ayatollah Khamenei issued a stark threat to the United States.
که ارتش ما قوی‌ترین ارتش دنیاست. قوی‌ترین ارتش دنیا ممکنه اونچنان گاهی سیلی بخوره که از جا نتوانه بلند شه.
Iran appears to back words with force. Tehran's state media has reported live missile launches towards the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical shipping lanes, carrying nearly 20% of global oil supplies. The launches come amid a newly announced Iranian military exercise unfolding in waters vital to international trade, a direct signal not just to Washington but to the global economy. All this as US and Iranian officials sat down for a second round of nuclear talks in Geneva. Ahead of the talks, US President Donald Trump called Iranians bad negotiators but added that they want to make a deal. Even as diplomacy continues, the US is ramping up its military presence across the Middle East, a build-up experts warn could turn miscalculation into confrontation. With missiles flying, warships maneuvering, and oil routes under threat, the question is no longer if tensions will rise, but whether this standoff could spiral into a war-like scenario engulfing the region. Bureau Report, NDTV World.